everybody. Welcome to Chattin 88 at 8. My name is Curtis LaBelle, and I am here coming to you live from the Vinyl Den in Red Deer, Alberta. Okay, so we've had, one of the things that's been absolutely a, a challenge, I would have to say, and I embrace a challenge, I really do, has been technology. Let me tell you, we're late today getting back into the swing of things, but you know what? We just rise above, and we'll take any challenge head on, and we will rise above and come out ahead. We were supposed to do the show last night with Ryan Resmer, our pop artist, this evening. But you know what? That didn't happen, and it's going to happen tonight. So he is going to be here in about 10 minutes. And we just had the last 10, 15 minutes trying to figure out technical stuff with Zoom and Facebook and certain passwords. Now that we have to have a password with everything, only certain things can, I guess you can't log in. Anyway, besides the point, we're moving right along. So welcome to Chattin 88. Oh, if you're here just now, take a little dip and have a bow. My name is Curtis LaBelle now. Can't you see I don't look like a cow? Oh, welcome to Chattin 88, where the show in Red Deer that's talking really great. We interview people all from across Canada. And just because I have nothing to rhyme with Canada. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As you can hear, we do have a live audience here tonight. We just, unfortunately, our technical difficulty this evening was our camera was unable. For some reason, we couldn't log into our camera with the Zoom account information on it. So we have a live audience. We can't see their lovely faces, which is sad, but okay. So we'll keep going. So here's the best part. The microphone I'm speaking into isn't plugged in. So if you're listening to me, you are hearing me through the computer. Oh, this technical thing. I tell you, I'm so happy. I will be happy when we can get back right into the us musicians. I'm a musician. So dealing with all the technical side of things has been a challenge and a half. As you can see, I don't even have my microphone plugged in. We're doing well. And now I've hit the start button on the drum set. Here we go. Go with it. And if you're at home and you're listening to some music and you feel like you need a change, I've never rapped before, but I tell you this now. I'm gonna say, take a journey and nay. Take a journey, take a journey and nay. Whatever those words are, I have no idea. I don't rap, but I'm going to stop this now. So that was good. We'll leave it at that. Journey is the choice of album for today. Today's guest, I'm going to bring him on since we have wasted our time now. Thank you so much. Oh, fun fact for today. We're short on time, but we have new posters. So this is very exciting. I'm going to lean in here. Grab this. New posters. Chattin 88 at 8. Here we are live at the Vinyl Den. This is very cool. That is for a different area, so that's totally fine. But yeah, and I think we're going to start making some t-shirts too, so this is pretty cool. So yay, very fun. And as you can see, I just happen to see the black and white here writing, keep the music alive as well. Keep the music alive. This next guest is I'm going to call a friend. His name is Ryan Resmer, and I met him through The Shot, which is a national competition that I'm involved with, and he was involved with it as well. I'm going to just leave the rest up to the interview that we're going to have. He just logged on, so we're going to bring him on here. This gentleman lives in Toronto. He is a Canadian pop R&B soul artist, singer. He just released 2 new singles called Just Say Yes and Love in a Box. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for a very warm welcome, even though he may not be able to hear you, but if you did it really, really hard, maybe he will. Please put your hands together for Ryan Resmer. We're going to bring him in. Hey!
Okay, we're here.
So Ryan, oh, look at this. This is amazing. I can't think of a better experience. Look, check this out. First of all, we do have our live audience here. Everybody scream, yay! Woo!
All right.
However, unfortunately, we've had technical difficulties, which I wanted to make sure that you could get in. Our camera for the audience is not viewing right now, but you can go back and we'll take pictures and everything. It's a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ryan Resmer, and look at his lovely grand piano and background in his loft apartment here in Toronto. Ryan, thank you for being with us tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure, Curtis. I wouldn't miss it.
Right on, buddy. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to do this, I don't know, Saturday Night Live style, have some fun. I'm going to ask you generic questions. We're going to laugh. We're going to talk about some things, talk about stuff really low-key, in your face, as if you and I were sitting there having a glass of wine together. What pisses you off? What makes you happy? What really gets you going in the music industry? All those lovely things. So a generic question will be a generic answer, and an in-depth question will be an in-depth answer, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Fabulous. We'll start off with the craziest question I have just come up with. What is a habit that you most hate about others?
Oh, chewing loudly with like food chomping noises in public.
Food chomping noises in public. I have to agree with you. It's interesting because I'm a people person, or I like people watching.
Yeah.
So I've often, I don't know. I just going to the mall, I suppose in high school was a thing, and like just chilling out and watching people in the mall was, and I can definitely say I agree with you.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Whether you're family or friends or a complete stranger, like in the food court or something, if someone's like chewing and sloppy and chomping, and oh man, it gets me going.
It does. I'm just going to try something here really quickly. Right? No? Okay, maybe not. For the viewers here in our little live audience, and for those who are going to be replaying this, tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, where you're from, and just a little bit about of your background in music as a child. Not yet in the music career, but as a child, where you came from in music and how that all started.
Yeah, sure. Well, my name's Ryan, as Curtis already introduced. 40 years old, living in Toronto. I grew up in a small community in pretty far northern Ontario, just north of Sudbury, a tiny town named Hanmer that no one ever has heard of. And music as a kid. Well, we took music in elementary school, and even in grade like 2 and 3, there was recorder and there was singing class and, like a little music element of class. But when I first went to church and I watched this older white-haired gentleman just like dancing around on the piano, I was immediately hooked. And so I went home. I kind of had a photographic memory. So I went home and I drew out what I could recall, like these keys on the piano looking like, and remember, like studying and thinking. I didn't have access to a piano. I had, like my little brother had one of those tiny little, xylophones that's 1 octave and you can tap your way through. So figuring out songs of my own and actually figuring out beyond just 1 octave what it might sound like on more than an octave. I started to kind of like pre-teach myself piano on a piece of cardboard that I drew out. And then when I was 9, I begged and begged for music lessons. And when I was 9 years old, I finally got into music lessons and private piano lessons with a teacher. And yeah, it really took off quick from there.
Awesome. So if I heard you correctly, you were playing on a piece of cardboard, right?
Yeah.
And did you color the piano black and
Yeah, like
white?
I drew on. I kind of thought, okay, there's two black ones, and then they're somehow connected. I mean, I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but I do remember going back and forth to church and taking little notes, and then finally making this keyboard that was probably 2 or 3 octaves of what I could fit, and just figuring little things out and tapping along on my brother's little xylophone, trying to get I didn't have access to a piano, so trying to get my ear around like what was happening on these keys. And yeah, I know it's not the normal way that someone might start their interest in music, but yeah, that's how I started actually.
Well, I didn't I can say I wasn't didn't do that way, but I have to say that's ambition at its finest. For you to be like, I'm gonna create this sound on a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And the fact that you colored it too
Yeah,
was
I mean, we were a hockey family, so it was like, if I wanted an extra, like power skating class, absolutely sign up, pay for that. If I wanted, like for weekend, road trip, tournaments and all of that, that was like an easy sell for my parents. But music lessons was not so much an easy sell, so it took a little more diligence.
Did you have to? Were you at the point? Because I mean, I didn't grow up in a sports family, but I mean, for myself, I know financially it was still a rough go, and it was
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's in arts in anybody that's in the arts that had an easy go with it. However, what was okay? Let's just talk about that for a quick second. What was the moment for you when you realized this? You may not have you may have emotional support from family, you may have mental support and all that when it comes to you wanting to do music and not play sports. Setting money aside, what was the moment for you, if you can remember, where you're like, yes, this is what I'm going to do as a career, or from what I understood as a career when I was younger, this is what I want to do with my life, and
Yeah.
not throw ball. I want to make music or play music.
Yeah, I know exactly when. I was now, kind of fast forward a couple of years. I think it was about 12 or 13. So if I'm 40 now, minus two, carry the one.
I'm
That's
sorry,
like
what did you say how old you were?
about, it doesn't matter. 40. No, I'm
Ladies
40.
and
I'm
gentlemen, this lovely man is a very
timeless.
ripe young age of 12.
So I was around the time when I was 12 or 13, and I was maybe now in grade 7, piano in our Royal Conservatory level. So kind of getting a handle on things, scales, chords, learning music theory. And then a movie came out that really, I had never heard this style of music before, and it really like gripped me and made me think like, oh my gosh, is this what music can be like? And that is Sister Act. So when Sister Act Part 1 came out, I'm telling you, it changed my life. I
Yes!
started mixing like all of my church gospel roots with contemporary music, and that's where it started for me. And so this first song that I wrote when I was about 13, and was like toiling over it and finally had the guts to play it for mom and dad, they were kind of blown away and were like, whoa, this is like serious. Maybe this is, something. And it was like, that was kind of May, June timeframe. And that's when they helped me make the decision to put me in a private school for high school, which had like a performing arts department and whatnot. And that's kind of where the next few years really impacted me in school.
I love it. I can relate to Sister Act very much,
Oh yeah.
and I definitely know that moment of that really cool feeling inside when you're like, forget all the this, I don't want to say stereotypical, but forget all the a lot of kids are forced to do the norm of sports and sciences and all that stuff because it's such a I guess you could say, for lack of better words, a guaranteed job.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but for
Exactly.
us at the age 12 or whatever age us young artists could actually pinpoint that moment of giddiness and that, oh yeah, this is the universe going
Yeah.
plop.
Where
Exactly.
everything else disappears, you lose track of time, you get this like inspiration, this excitement inside you've never had about anything before. Yeah, that's a special moment.
Awesome. Who's your favorite band?
Oh, like band or artist performing or
Okay, not artist, band. Like if you were to put
band?
it like a band, if you were listening to a band, not a frontlining
Oh,
artist.
that is a good question. I don't know. I'd probably say like either U2. I mean, watching these guys perform, I don't know. I am maybe, yeah, I'd probably have to say U2. But
The audience is yelling out
or
songs. It's yelling out songs.
tied for first with like Justin Timberlake in his band.
Yeah, you know what? Great
Ridiculous.
choice. Great
Yeah.
choice. Great entertainers. It makes a big difference, right? You could write great music, you could write really, but can you entertain? Can you hold it from the moment to the end every single time?
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah.
First of all, I'd like to point out I'm not so sure you were aware of this. If you rewatch this video, I keep speaking into the microphone that's not plugged in.
Oh. I can hear you loud and clear. So wherever your sound's coming through.
That's a good thing to know. I will stop doing this because it does nothing.
I don't know if I'm assuming my mic is live because there's a big red
Oh, we
light.
can hear you totally
good.
fine. We can totally hear you fine. Ryan, what's your favorite color?
Oh, blue, hands down, blue.
Blue, hands down. What's your least favorite color?
Purple.
Who's your least favorite band?
Uh,
Whoa. Did you just say purple? Whoa. Did you just say purple? I'm still talking to the microphone because now I'm pissed off. Did you say purple was your least favorite color?
Yeah.
Oh, our friendship has diminished just a little bit.
I mean, blue and purple, they're like family, really.
They are. Okay, one or the other. You pick blue, I'll take purple. We're good to go. Okay, sorry. What is your least favorite band?
Easy, Jessica Simpson.
Jessica. All right. Speaking of band, you are a solo artist. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of you as an artist, let's dive right into getting some promo out for you here, my friend. You have, I met you, let's just go back to where we met. I met you on The Shot, and in between now and The Shot, I have heard you put out two absolutely stunning, my husband's loving Love in a Box No More, and he's constantly blasting and singing that all around, all over the place. And I'm to the point where I'm yelling, "Shut up!" not because it's your song. It's because you know what that does to me? It makes me go, "That's a good song," because it is a good song. And I'm just saying that right now, and I know you have another one as well. Tell us a little bit about Love in a Box. What's its history? Where did it come from? And would you grace us with something from it? Or you're going to sing two songs for us tonight? What are you going to do? We want something from you.
Well, let me tell you, I will sing it for you.
Yay!
This song, let me tell you, I've written a lot of songs. This was the longest in the making. Strictly just the lyrics alone. It was the longest in the sharing. So for me, having gone from like, an idea kind of comes along and it's brewing, it's sitting there, it kind of bubbles up, and then you pick a line out, you start finding the chords and finding your way through and crafting. It takes some work, right? But honestly, by the time I actually was ready to kind of even start writing the song, I had an idea of a song that I wanted to share, by the time I got down to the piano to write it, I was teaching a voice lesson and my student had come in. I heard the doorbell ring. From the time that she came in, sat down with me, we got chatting for a bit, like all these, months and months of ideas and brainstorming, whatever, all came together in an instant. And I just went straight into, I was talking with her and Jessica, her name is, and it just all came together so quickly. So it was hard to write. It took a long time, but then when it did finally, when the ideas came together, it came out quick. And it's really my story about coming out and being okay with myself, of who I am as a gay man, but also as, it kind of has a universal enough theme where anytime I was feeling like I wasn't enough, or that somebody wouldn't accept, whether it was my work or whether it was my music or whether it was, like me as a person, I could find a way to just like be okay with myself first. You got to love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
Can I get an amen? She already done had hers.
So yeah, so that's
respect to RuPaul.
So that's a little bit about kind of where it came from, if that makes any sense.
It does, and I took my video off here because I wanted you to grace us. You said you've written, just to step outside so other people can see, and we'll get
Sure.
promo information here shortly. But you say you have written a number of songs, and I suggest anybody who's going to be replaying this and listening to it right now, actually for the live show, Ryan Resmer on Spotify. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, all those lovely places. That's Resmer. I will do another post online to make sure that everybody can see what's going on. We'll put links to his stuff as well. He has, if I'm safe to say, Ryan, you kind of have, you said that this song is kind of about your coming out. Not a song about coming out, but a song in the sense of a release, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's an open song for anybody that can relate to it, for whatever the lyrics are to them. But you come from a different background, of a different Christianity background in gospel music. So I just wanted to say to people, for those of you who are taking a moment to look at Ryan Resmer online, please make sure that you look at his other music as well, because it is just as powerful. And you know what? I myself, I have a different religion, but I can certainly say, regardless of religion, I am definitely listening to your other music as well, my friend. Yeah. Please take us into a song.
All right, let's have a listen to this one here. Never knew telling the truth could make me grow chains. Never knew unconditional love would have so many strings. Never knew that being myself meant giving up everything. Never knew saying I love you meant throwing it all away. Take me or leave me just as I am. I ain't going nowhere. We all breathe the same air. I've got my head in the clouds. There's no holding me down. Tear the walls down, open up the door. Can't put love in a box no more. Oh, I can't put love in a box no more. Oh, nowadays I'm sleeping like a baby at night, 'cause I let go of the pages that I need to rewrite. I know that being myself means stepping into the light. Saying love has never been wrong. I'm ready for something right. Take me or leave me just as I am. I ain't going nowhere. We all breathe the same air. I've got my head in the clouds. There's no holding me down. Tear can't put love in a box no more. Oh, can't put love in a box no more. Oh, can't put love in a box no more. Can't put my love in a box no more. Can't put love in a box no more. In a box no more. In a box no more. Can't put love in a box no more. Can't put my love in a box no more. Can't put love in a box no more. So take me or leave me just as I am. I ain't going nowhere. We all breathe the same air. I've got my head in the clouds. There's no holding me down. Tear the walls down, open up the door. Can't put love in a box no more. Oh, I can't put love in a box no more. Oh, you can't put love in a box no more. Oh, I can't put love in a box no more. Oh, can we go something like that?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yay.
Thank you.
Dude, what an absolute treat to hear that song from a different perspective, hearing the raw version of it, right? We've been blasting, I mean, we have our 5-point surround sound system in the house at the lake and all that stuff, and I'm in the barbecue blasting away, Love in a Box and people across the street, but I tell you, it's, I said to you when you first played that song for me, before it was even recorded,
Yeah.
you played that for me. It's interesting because how fast you made this song a thing. I mean, other than the history of it and how long it took for it to, the development of it and all that. And then from the day that, I mean, what was it? April, May, June, July, August. So 4.5 months, you played this for me the first time I heard it. And I know that the minute I heard it, I wanted to do a cover of it. And I still
you
do.
told me that.
I would definitely am so interested in that. But thank you for that treat. I love always hearing the acoustic version of originals. It's such and ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, please go and listen to it. It's very different than what he was playing on the piano. Both.
Yeah, I like doing acoustic versions because I was gonna like just kind of play it and sing it with a track too and play along. But honestly, sometimes when you peel back all the extra production and you pull out the drums and you pull out the brass and everything else that's going on, it helps to like hear the song, to hear what's really going on, like hear the lyrics and maybe the tone a little bit. I originally had kind of purposed it as more of a ballad, but as I got into producing it, I did it more up tempo. But yeah, anyway, you can have a listen and see which one you like better.
Yeah, I know we'll be our drive home tonight. We'll be playing it in the truck. I'm pretty sure that I've made you most of the money on your streams, and I say that faithfully because I literally am listening to it all the time. It is the truth. Before we move into your other single, Just Say Yes, which was, that to me came out of left field because you literally came out with 2 double punches of these amazing pop tunes. And if this is your this isn't your first rodeo in the music industry because you have quite the history, but this is your first attack at solo pop because you've done solo gospel, solo R&B, spiritual, all that in the past, and you have albums out and all that stuff. It's great music, but this is your first rodeo with pop music, and I think you freaking nailed it, in my opinion.
Well, I'm glad to hear. Honestly, like,
what's that experience been like? I'm still talking into this microphone.
It's like, it's so strange. He's not getting any louder the closer he gets.
I know. There'll be a great laugh afterwards.
Either that or you got a great compressor on, no matter how close you get it. Honestly, it really was something I wanted to do. It was a kind of a genre, in more like kind of like pop music that I wanted to cross over into a long time ago. And I was always hung up, and this is maybe like a good point for other artists who are listening and young artists and whatnot. I was hung up on needing, you know, a crap ton of money to find a top-notch producer and hire like the best musicians in and all of it, and to kind of come up with a song and then hand it over to somebody and let them produce it and let them come up with the rhythm and the feel and drums and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I can get by on drums, I can get by on bass, a little bit guitar, but doing something in pop other than just putting like I was used to putting like piano, bass, drums, a little bit of a band together, vocals, maybe brass sometimes, but digital music production was like a scary thing. And I thought, you know what? Quit being such a little wuss and get a software of your own, dig in and start learning. And so literally it was about maybe February of this year. And that's what I started doing. I watched like countless, signed up for, you know, the service online where you can go and kind of learn different softwares, whatnot, lynda.com. And countless hours upon hours of video tutorials, teaching myself, how do I get the drums to sound like that? How did this guy get that hi-hat to sound like this? Starting to put things together so that I could, you know, it was like learning a new instrument.
So, okay. So here's my question, because we're two peas in the same pod with different colors. So
One purple and one blue.
Yeah, totally, purple and blue, and I say that because we're both pianists and we're both singer-songwriters. So let's use that as the focal point, as that one step. So correct me if I just want to understand, because I know for myself as a journey as a musician, when it comes to developing your craft and creating your style and understanding your brand and who you are as an artist. Now, this is something that we talked about the shot. We're not going to talk about the shot, but I wanted to look at you in this sense. Okay, so you have done what you've done with Christian music, R&B, gospel, soul, all that in the past. Great music. And completely different, non-digital. All straight up vocal harmonies right there. Like you can hear it. You can hear the analog. Let's put it that way. You can hear the analog. You can hear the rawness of it in your albums in the past. Now, I'm asking you the question on your journey to discover who you are, because I'm understanding that from you when I see your music, because this is a whole new ballgame for you.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting to me that you may be running into the conundrum that technology is shaping you as an artist, or are you shaping yourself by learning the technology? Now, is Love in a Box the sound Ryan? Because it is very different than you know, what you have in the past. Now they're both Ryan, but I mean, where are you going with this? I guess that's the question.
So here's the thing.
Totally left field here for you.
No, it's good. It's good. And it's the latter of what you said. It's me learning technology and getting to express myself musically in ways that I couldn't have without technology.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like I'm gonna sit down at the piano and I'm gonna start there, right?
Yeah.
And that was my only means of ever creating. And I was starting to feel like every new song is starting to sound like the last song. And even if I, you know, get someone else to play keys, or I put somebody else on bass, or put somebody else on drum, I just felt like if I want to like not just be reinventing myself, but because artists do that, you know, and we want to stay relevant and current and all of that. But if I wanted to grow as a musician, it was going to be beyond just me and the piano. Yeah, I want to keep growing on this, growing in my arrangement, growing in my vocals, growing in my lyric writing, but growing into digital. And I took the lead from some of my icons that I look up to and my mentors, even though I've never met them. People like John Legend and Alicia Keys and Justin Timberlake, you know? They produce their own stuff, all digital. But Justin Timberlake in his concert, he will sit down on drums, on organ, on guitar, on piano and play. But from a digital production standpoint, it's a new way to express yourself.
It has scared. You know what? You took the words out of my mouth when you said, "Okay, I gotta stop being scared. I gotta take the step into
Yeah.
that realm, and
Do it.
I'll
Take the
be.
plunge.
I am. You know, I am. I'm not using my words properly, and I'm still talking into the microphone.
I love it.
Anyway, I too am not saying I'm comfortable with the drums, the bass, the guitar, and that sort of blanket, if you will, because it has proven to work centuries over, if you will, well, I say centuries, but decades over.
Yeah.
And but it's also really good to see a fellow artist, a couple of years only off from my age, 12, 9, that you took the risk to do it, and your product that came out, man, was amazing. So, awesome.
Well, appreciate it.
Awesome. And I'm happy to keep spreading the word, if we will, if I may. I'm happy to keep reminding. I like to use you as an example, if I may, to those individuals who may not make it in one thing, but yet can do something on the other hand and still rise above and be like, you know what? Just because of that one thing, that's not stopping me from going through my finish line. Just doesn't happen to be your finish line, but I'm going to go through my finish line.
Exactly.
And so you are definitely an inspiration for musicians out there that really kind of feel like, do I go through? Do I give up? What do I do? No, you bite the bullet, you sacrifice, and you spend hours educating yourself like you did, learning how to do it.
Yeah. The best advice I ever got, you want to grow your career, you want to grow your music influence, grow yourself. What are you doing to grow yourself, And that was the next step. And this is a beginning. This is just like a beginning. So, I mean, other things I'm learning and I'm honing my skills, just like, when you go from grade 6 to grade 8, and then you go from grade 8 to grade 9 on piano and you advance, and it's the same with music production, so.
Right.
So more to come. Hint, hint.
Speaking of more to come, we got just a couple more questions for you here, just to kind of get to know you, a little tidbits of you, and then we'll get you to do just say yes.
Sure.
And then we'll be getting to the wrapping up. Okay, so what was your worst? I'm still talking into this microphone. I'm just going to move it.
Move it away.
Your worst experience in high school?
Ooh. I mean, I had a pretty charmed existence through high school.
Oh my God.
I was lucky. I was very lucky. You know what? Worst experience was somebody who I thought was a very close friend. In fact, we were close friends. Our family were close, etc. It was one of those rumor mill things. A rumor started about me and about...
Was it that you were gay?
No, it was not. Although it might well have been. No, it was about me totally misunderstood. Anyway, it was about me having paid a teacher to kind of get on a volleyball team, so that my dad was, because my dad was involved in the school and he was there. I mean, it was like kind of a semi-private school, so there was partial tuition and all of this. And
that sounds like a headache.
But honestly, so it sounds like, oh, some kid, blah, 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 rumor. But no, you're 17 years old and you're like, so it's your whole world and everybody's talking and posters smeared and the whole bit, like down with. So that was a crappy experience.
Okay. Really quickly, for time's sake, just for fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, what floor are you on?
21.
And there's a grand piano. We'll let you figure out how to do the math and who moved that piano up 21 flights. But also, grand pianos can come apart like Lego. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. If you think about it, they basically, you pop the legs off. It's like the size of like a queen mattress.
I know. We've been moving how long? What do you have? Like a 6 foot? What do you have? 5.5?
6'6".
6. I have a 5'9" grand piano, but it's a shell. We've gutted it, but it's still a shell, so it's still 9,000 pounds. Anyway, what was your first live show as a performer?
Oh, 12, I guess 13 years old in church. I performed the original.
Oh, God. So this next question doesn't work. Did people pay to get in? Technically, yes.
Depends who you ask.
What's your favorite sound?
My favorite sound? The ocean.
Least favorite sound?
Mosquitoes around my ears.
What's your favorite smell?
Oh, like fresh baking croissants.
Nice. And what's your least favorite smell?
Where do I begin? My younger brother's feet. Sorry, Brett. Sorry, Brett Resmer. Brett Resmer at Brett Resmer on Instagram.
Little plug. Who's your favorite artist?
Justin Timberlake, I would say.
Who's your least favorite artist?
Jessica Simpson.
And who was your first concert, and where were they, and who did you go see?
Oh, I saw Green Day in the Sudbury Arena.
How much were the tickets?
$21.
Ryan, can you take us into Just Say Yes, please?
Yes, let's do it.
Thank you.
Crying over the kitchen table, why am I making this the end? The reasons I had in my head are fading out to black instead. Wishing, waiting, I hope and pray that the bridge ain't burned from end to end. And Saturday I'll wake up wrapped up in your arms again. Baby, for you I'm gonna wait. Hard games gonna play. Give me the word any day. Just say it ain't over. Just say it ain't the end. Just say we can rewrite history and start again. Just say you'll remember. Just say you don't forget just how good we are together. Please remember. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Oh. Shut my eyes dreaming of an answer. Is your echo still alive? The spinning sound that wraps around me like a hurricane tonight. Flashes of the nights together, lightning all across my mind. Your hand, your heart, your voice, your touch, I feel the fire burning bright. Baby, for you, I'm gonna wait. Hard games gonna play. Give me the word every day. Just say you ran over. Just say it ain't the end. Just say you can rewrite history and start again. Just say you remember. Just say you don't forget just how good we are together. Please remember. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Oh, I don't wanna shut that door. I don't wanna cry no more. Baby, I need you to hold me tonight. Take one step my way, darling, take that hand and say yeah. Just say it ain't over. Just say it ain't the end. Just say we can rewrite history and start again. Just say you'll remember. Just say you don't forget just how good we are together. Please remember. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Oh, say yes.
Yes. So that's in C minor then.
Yeah, C minor.
Good, love it. Dude, Ryan, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
My pleasure. It was
Absolutely
a
a
long day.
real
It's a little
treat.
bit later. We're now at 11 o'clock. I was online at work with, I work with Air Canada. It's kind of like my day job. And I was online at work with a meeting at 8 o'clock this morning. Had a long day, a few meetings tonight, but I wanted to be here, and I'm 100% so grateful. Thank you for including me, putting me in the schedule. And Curtis, always great to see you, always great to talk with you. So
Absolutely a pleasure. If people wanted to find you on social media, on streaming platforms, they just can find Ryan Resmer on
yep,
Facebook.
Ryan Resmer. So either Ryan Resmer on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon store, Google Play store, etc. On socials, it's Resmer Music. So Resmer Music, like at Resmer Music on Instagram, or Resmer Music on Facebook.
Awesome. Ryan, dude, such a pleasure. We'll leave the rest of the people in your building on the above 21 and below 21 quiet now, so that we're not.
Yeah, it's bedtime for them.
Bedtime for them. Bedtime for everybody. Thank you so much, brother. I'm going to bow you out. You may have to end yourself here.
Yeah, no problem. I will end myself.
You end yourself, and then we'll take
Thanks
care
a
of
lot, Curtis.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, have a good night.
Good night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and tuning in tonight. Ryan Resmer, ladies and gentlemen, what a treat. My name is Curtis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching and tuning into Chattin 88s at 8. Have a fabulous evening. I have nothing to say other than this is just fun, and I think it's the right way to end the song for you. Have a good day. Thanks, guys. Bye.